Hey y'all, No here. Well, did you ever do something that should have seemed stupid to you, but it didn't at the time? Well, that's kind of the way my day has gone today. So, last time I saw you, I was in the Bitterroots National Forest. And so I drove up to Missoula, Montana, to the Walmart to pick up a few things, mainly water. I was down to only 2 gallons of water. So I'm stocked up on water again. And I did some research and, got some temporary health insurance because Medicare doesn't cover Medicare recipients outside the country. So I had to get a 4-week, at least a 4-week to start with, medical plan, especially with all the oxygen saturation problems I'm having. I really didn't think it was a good idea to just go into Canada with no insurance at all. So at least I've got something. Hopefully I don't have to use it. But after doing a lot of research on a lot of things, like how long it would take to drive up here and the route and things like that, I just took off for Eureka, Montana, which is the little town right before the border. And as I started getting close to Eureka, it kind of dawned on me that maybe the most important thing I should have done but didn't do before I left Missoula was to figure out where I was going to spend the night. Okay, because I was prepared to cross the border this afternoon. I got into Eureka about 3:30 in the afternoon, and started doing my regular search for campsites and things like that. And even though it was in Canada, it's the weekend, and the first 2 campsites across the border were already full. And so I started thinking, where am I gonna sleep tonight? So I searched some campsites on the United States side of the border, and they were either far away or filled up already also. Even the paid sites were filled up already. So I started getting a bad feeling, and so either me or the Holy Spirit one said, just try to get a motel room. And I didn't feel like I would be very successful because there's only 2 motels here in town. But sure enough, I called one of them and asked if they had any rooms available for tonight. And the lady said yes. And I was about to jump up and down with joy because, Lord, if it hadn't been for that, I'd have been sleeping in some illegal place, like on the side of the road or something. I don't know what I would have done, really. I'm glad I'm not going to have to find out. But anyway, the place I'm staying, I can't even pronounce the name of it. It's spelled Ksanka. I think it's an Indian word. It's run by not American Indians, but Asian people from the country of India, and it's a combination motel, gas station, convenience store, and Subway sandwich shop, all combined into one. But it's exactly, it saved me. I don't know what I would have done. And so I didn't cross the border today, but I'm planning to cross tomorrow. But I started looking at at campsites for tomorrow across the border. Nothing available, nothing available. And so I've been trying to decide if I would drive all the way to Jasper or just to Golden, British Columbia. And so what I've decided to do, I booked another motel room for Saturday night and Sunday night in Golden, British Columbia. It's only a 3.5 hour drive from here to Golden, so it's, you know, with daylight hours being the way they are up here, you know, I can be to Golden in, you know, I won't say no time, but with plenty of time left on Saturday and Sunday, and even Monday after I check out of the motel, to see the west side of the Rockies like I wanted to last year. And then I think I'm just not going to go to Jasper. With this oxygen saturation problem I'm having, it's really taking a toll on my body, and my oxygen saturation is staying high enough, but my heart is having to beat so fast, even at night when I'm sleeping. It's beating, you know, 85 to 90 beats per minute when I'm sleeping, and it's just not a healthy thing for your heart to have to do all the time. Is beat at a higher rate than it's used to beating, just to keep you from passing out. So I made the decision that after Monday I will start heading back east and try to get to some consistently lower ground. You know, once I get across the Continental Divide and past Calgary and maybe into Saskatchewan, it really starts to level out. It's very similar to our Great Plains in the United States. I mean, it's very level. It's farming country. Because I just don't feel like it's a good idea to just keep, you know, working my heart this hard day and night. None of this turned out the way I hoped that it would. Or, I mean, when I left home in Tennessee a couple of weeks ago now, you know, I had no idea this was going to happen. I mean, I knew that I'd had problems with altitude before, but I thought that I would eventually get used to it. But there seems to be something else wrong, like I'm anemic, I don't have enough red blood cells, I just don't know. As long as I get back to lower altitudes, I feel like I'll be fine, because I was fine before I left home. So anyway, that's kind of where we stand right now. So tomorrow I'll be heading for the border and driving up to Golden, and hopefully I'll get some amazing pictures of the west side of the Rockies so we can share those together. It's not what I wanted. You know, a year ago I thought I'd be backpacking in the Rocky Mountains, and then it kind of dropped down to day hiking, and now it's just, I can just drive by and try to stay as low as an altitude as I can. But that's the way it is. And, you know, like I've said many times, this trip is not about, it's not a vacation trip for me. I do get to see some wonderful places and beautiful scenery, but I'm really looking for opportunities to talk to people and ask them what they believe, and if they'll allow me to tell them what I believe. So, see you tomorrow, hopefully, Lord willing. And we'll take a trip up the west side of the Rocky Mountains. to say this, the people in Canada know a good place to put a rest area for sure. When's the last time you pulled off on the interstate and saw something like this beside you? Well, I made it to Golden in about 4 hours. The video that I shot does not do the mountains justice. It's a really beautiful drive. But I'm here in Golden now. If it looks like I'm in a motel again, I'm afraid I am. Not my favorite place to be, but what I found is that on a weekend, it seems to actually be easier to get a motel room in Golden than some type of campsite to camp your van in or park your van in. But it's working out okay because I've been shooting video, and so I'm using up all the memory of my camera, and so you can upload video faster with Wi-Fi than just from your phone. So the hotel has Wi-Fi, and so I'm getting a lot of work done, even though I don't really like being inside these four walls. So I'm going to spend a day in Golden here, not completely just uploading video, but a lot of the day is going to be spent that way. But then tomorrow, I'm going to make the turn east. The Trans-Canadian Highway runs right through Golden, and it's crazy to say or to even think about, but every person that wants to drive from the east coast to the west coast of Canada, or vice versa, has to go through Golden, British Columbia, because the Trans-Canadian Highway is the only way to get all the way from one side of the country to the other. I'm not quite going to do that, but I'm probably going to be crossing across 2/3 of the country, approximately anyway. So I will be leaving tomorrow morning, Lord willing, and heading east, hopefully getting to some lower ground so that my heart doesn't have to work so hard to keep oxygen to my brain. The trip has not gone very much the way I expected it to because of these health issues. Well, I shouldn't call them health issues. I think I'll be fine when I get back home or get to a lower altitude. But I guess for now, so that I can clear up some memory on my phone, I'll say, vaya con Dios.